Hello, everybody. Super good morning to everyone. Welcome to this lovely Friday. And it's 7:30 in the morning again, like usual. We have another session, and today we're going to move into the topic of looking at QiMen. And of course, all the formation. I tell you, QiMen, nothing more than playing with formation only. Now, we have done all the essential of understanding all the doors. We have understand all the stars. We have understand all the deities. We have also understand all the stamps. So now question, so what the right? So what is going to formation, right? So there are really plenty of formation in QiMen. So in looking at QiMen, the basic knowledge is that it is a battlefield application. So it's about whether should I attack, this attack, that attack, here attack, like that attack, what sort of technique of attacking basically work fine. And the formation basically tells you a little bit about the circumstance whereby this particular attack would work very well. So now we're going to learn about another one of the formation, right? So first of all, so as usual, good morning first, Pak Pui is there, Sunny Shining is there, Sabrina is there, PJ called, Winnie Leong is around, Bonnie is around, Li Hua is around, Andy Sun, right? Peggy Chiu is around, Inkot is around, Ke Hing Yo, new name, hello, welcome to the morning crew. Right, really happy to see that there are more and more of you who come in and say good morning already, right? So no, yeah, I know it's brave. Today is brave there, right? So yeah, come back to today's topic. So we're gonna talk about one of the three most commonly used or widely advertised formation, right? So the green dragon return. Right, so it's a big formation. Hello CC, how are you doing? Right, so when people see this green dragon return, they don't know why. You got a feeling of blood boiling lah, all those kind of stuff. You think that this is magical. So today I show you it is not very magical. Right? Yeah, got like that. Yes, right. So and also I have fixed the live demo screen. Right, so need a little bit more fixing, but never mind. I've got it done already. All right, shrinking time. Time to shrink down. Then you can see your chat here. Yeah, so again, this chat is not for you to read. It's for you to see that chat is moving. Right? For those of you who want to read the chat, you open your YouTube, right? You can actually see the actual chat screen on you. Got your video there, then you can see the actual chat screen. Read the chat screen, don't read the small one. Okay, the small one, this one is not intended for you to read. This is just, to show you that there's a chat. Usually gamer do this when they're doing live stream on gaming, so you see all the chat, right? So all this kind of stuff. Yeah, I also do a bit. Okay, come, let's go in and take a look at this, right? So these are all the what we call major formation. Major is not all the formation, right? So this is all the major formation, starting with the tree, which is very common. The three big formation is the bird falling into cave, green dragon return, and also the jade maiden watching the door or guarding the door. I don't know which one we want to do, right? So this is the three major one. Then there is the 3 deceit and 5 fake, Sam Cha Nga. Then you got the 9 dun, right? So Gao Teng. Then you got the rest of the stem formation, 100 stem formation. Right, so now we actually did the 100 stem formation a little bit before the entire channel was right. The 3 deceit, 5 fake, I think we done a little bit. The 9 dun, I think we have done a bit already, right? So but anyway lah, right? So these are all already, right? So today we're gonna go into look at the green dragon return. By the way, this is not all the formation. There are many more formations. So later when we go into the live demo, you will see a lot of the formation coming in, right? So then you can go and learn about it, right? So at least this one act as a, I would say that this one act as an introduction to go into your database. So it's like how the rest of the essential information is, the at least the basic database of the 8 doors, 9 stars, 10 deities, and also the 10 stem. You have some information. So your actual practice is to add more information into the box. I've only created a box for you, give you a few information, then you need to start to do that lah. Right, so eventually we will also go into scenarializing. Scenarializing means that if you are collecting money from people, these are the stuff that you read. If you are chasing after girl, these are the stuff that you read, so you got a lot of this, if you are whatever, we all read this. If you're whatever, we are just scenarializing. So this is like playing the battlefield game, right? So playing the battlefield game, simulate battle situation. So now if my enemy is like this, then I like this, I position myself like this, position myself, 吉祥躺兵, right? Talking about military strategy on paper, we will also do that as well, right? So now the small little pagoda that you see, it means that we have already done that particular topics. So the bird falling in cave has already been done. So you want to read the bird falling in cave video, go and check out the video. I think it's under QiMen application, because these are application stuff. This is not what we call essential theory stuff. This is considered in the advanced level already. You start to mix. So you have already understand all the ingredient in separate sense. All the ingredient in separate sense. So right now is basically what we call mixing the ingredient class. Mixing the ingredient class. Okay, come. Let's go in and take a look at the Green Dragon Return. Hopefully the menu doesn't go crazy. Yes, Green Dragon Return. Right, the name is very now, by the way, please for whatever it is, do not take the name literally. Right, the name sounds cool, right? Green Dragon Return, the name, but in terms of functionality is very different from how the name sounds. So it seems like, the bird falling into cave, right? So no, there's not gonna be any bird falling into the cave lah. Right, so it's just basically a naming convention, right? So the other time bird return, now dragon also return. Good observation, everybody return. Right, so it's very different, right? So very different. So let's take a look at it now. So very simple. This is what we call classical text, right? So 12 classical text. So you can get all these classical text from the internet. So don't fret about it. And the part of it about classical text is that it is actually next to useless. The classical text next to useless one? Yeah, almost, right? So like, for example, you just take a look at this, right? So now you see, me is a person who does not read Chinese, right? So that's why, I would read the English size version of the Chinese, which is what we call Hanyu Pinyin. Hanyu Pinyin is the English size of it. You can see that, there's Hanyu Pinyin, right? So, the Qinglong Fan Shou or Qinglong Fan Shou. Right? So now first understand what Qinglong Fan Shou, Qinglong Fan Shou is the dragon turning the head to the back, So it's actually leader. Right, so is leader. So Qinglong Fan Shou is the dragon look to the back. So that's why, today morning I tell you, it's your boss looking back at you. Right, so Qinglong Fan Shou. A lot of people may read this, if you are just literally reading it, it's like turning the situation around, right? Fan Shou, right? So turning the situation up. But it actually, no, it's actually just the dragon looking back. That's all. The naming convention, why is the dragon looking back, right? So why, now question, why does the dragon need to look back? Later I tell you. Look like a bit Doctor Doom. A bit look like Doctor Doom. Right, so no. Oh wait, tortoise never left. Tiger or tortoise got returned also. You can form that formation, if you know how to do this. Right, so Wai Si So Mao is Wei Si So Mo, mean that it is good for strategic planning, undertaking strategic planning, anything to do with planning, right? So it's good with that. Wai Si So Mao, right? So Mao is basically tactic, right? Tactic, strategizing, those are called Mao. So this formation is very good for strategizing. Right, so Tai Kat Tai Lei. Now, I really don't like this sort of Tai Kat Tai Lei thingy. It's not that I don't like Tai Kat Tai Lei, it's that it got no meaning. Very auspicious. It is like catch all, everything tells you this formation, good lah. Good for what? Good lah. Right, so right, so Yu Feng, Paul Mo. King Ying, right? So Po Mu Jing Xing, right? So now these are all the Bazi negative interaction. So destruction, grave, right? So it fall into graveyard, right? So then if it clashes or it got punishment, then not good, right? Kasi Xing Hong, right? So the good stuff become bad. So which means that this particular formation has a Achilles heel. right? So if it's, you know, it falls into any of the clashing, right? So now that one you need to know the Jia clash in which palace. Right, so the it's clash in which palace, it punish in which palace, it start to destroy in which palace. So it's the same destruction, same punishment, same clash, same graveyard in the Bazi. So that's why if you study Bazi, you know Bazi already, then here is easier. Right, here is basically now this is the actual classical text that is available. So now what is your conclusion? Actually nothing. Right, the problem with classical text is that it has no explanation. Okay, right, so no, now here's the thing, right? It's not that really the classical text doesn't have, probably the original has it, but the original was either lost or destroyed, right? So but you know, you need to understand during that particular time, war is very common. Every single time they war, right, you know, fight, right? The fella cannot carry all the actual data text. So what he can carry is the index or the summary book. So this is probably from a summary book. So you take the summary book and you run away. So and then you pass down the summary book, you know. So you know, every single time you pass down the summary book, something go missing. A few pages go missing. So this is where the Chinese, you know, if you got 10 move, right, you teach 9 move, then the fella got 9 move, teach 8 move, 8 move. It's not really that the fella 10 move don't want to teach you 10 move. It's because the 10 move, they have no situation whereby they would use it, so you know, no time to teach you, so it become 9 move lah, then become 8 move. Same thing. It's not that they don't want to see everything. It's there's just too many books at that point in time to carry when war happened. Save yourself, take the book and run, take the, you know, thinnest summary book and run. So when you do that for a few generations, a lot of things go lost. Not their fault lah. Right, so you are left with this sort of classical text. So that's why a lot of people, you know, when they go, oh no, I'm from classical school, you know, classical text. This is what they are reading, by the way. Right, so how are you gonna understand this? Right, so that's why a lot of time you need to sort of redo the entire understanding part. So you need to go back to the basic of understanding the ingredient, since the cooking instruction is written as such. Right, so now if you take a look at this, then the green dragon written is good for strategizing. That's about it. Taikat Thailand is actually really not a wording. Right, so by the way, if you read classical text, there is a lot of this Taikat Thailand and Fong Hong Fakat, these two phrases used in any situation, right? You know, oh, 這局是Taikat Thailand Fong Hong Fakat. Right, so what the hell does that mean? It doesn't mean anything. Right, so no, so then she's tell class, you know, things become not very good. That's all. So you know, how are you gonna supposed to do a reading based on this? I give you a scenario, circumstance, you know, how do you do? Don't know. Right, so that is the problem of Chinese metaphysics and its application. So then what happened? Everybody invent their stuff. Again, it's not wrong one, right? So you know, the process of invention is basically you go apply it. You go apply it in different scenario, then you know, you wait for the result to come back. So if this is good for this particular result, you apply it a few more times, you get a few samples. Okay, you get a few samples. Then you convince yourself that in this scenario, this formation is good. Make sense, right? Makes sense, right? Yeah, right. So now come, let's go in and, you know, take a look at the formula, right? So the formula very easy. So you got your chief on the heaven stem, or a Wu Earth, right? So you know, again, Wu Earth is always associated with chief, is because Jia Zi, the head of the 6 different Jia formation, there's only 6 different formation, right? So which is the Jia Zi, Jia Xu, Jia Shen, Jia Wu, Jia Chen, and also Jia Yin. There's only 6 of them, right? So the leader is Jia Zi. Right, so Jia Zi is always hiding in Wu. So when you see Wu, it is equivalent of seeing the Jia. Right, so now Wu with the Bing stem at the bottom. So this is the reverse of the bird flying into cave. So bird flying into cave is the Bing stem on the heaven stem and then the chief at the bottom. Okay, so if you take a look, so it's either chief at the top or chief at the bottom, both also got a formation. Right, so very easy. If there's a time or day clash, right, is it applicable for this formation? Any sort of no, this one is applied to again palace clashes in the palace. So you need to know which Jia is actually clashing with where, right? So like for example, Jiawu, if it's land in the south is basically Wu ma. So Wu is called punishment ma. So that one is suffering punishment. Also at that particular situation, your green dragon return, don't return. Make a bit of sense. Okay, right, so that's how you basically take a look at it. Right, so if you got your Jiawu, then it fall into the north, then it's a clash lah. Wu Zi is clash ma. It doesn't work. So which means green dragon return either is in the south or is in the north. It doesn't work. Right, so you need to go and remember all of this stuff lah, right? So so green dragon return, right? So green dragon return, the formula is very easy, right? So I'll give you a bit of a summary of what it is good for, right? So it's good for returning of resources. You got certain resources that you've lost, right? So in the classical text, they will talk about being able to get back money lah, right? So it's again everything is not money, so I gain it as resources that you have already spent out. You wanna get a return, right? So so if you are in a situation whereby so one of the superior thing about this is the debt collection. Debt collection is resources going out. You want to go do debt collection, right? Green dragon return is a good formation to do debt collection. So if you're a debt collector, go and find green dragon return. Later I'll show you how to find, right? So I'll just fix the demo page. We're very excited. Right, so you want to revive old connection, right? So some old connection, maybe for some reason there was a fallout, or your girlfriend run away. So by the way, the example is girlfriend run away. Again, in the olden day, a relationship, having children, somebody to continue farming the farm is very important. I always tell people that is the olden days game plan, right? So right now it's not as such yet ready, right? So you want to reconnect with people. Green dragon return is a good. So if you are throwing a reunion party, alumni party, green dragon return is a good formation to use to throw that one, right? So any sort of this good formation, you will start to notice that for sickness is not good. Now easy green dragon return, if you ask for sickness, right, the sickness will come back. It's a relapse. Start to see how you basically formulate what it is. So in a way that if you're using green dragon return, the first that you need to know is that what are you trying to return? Right, so now this is how you logically think about formation, right? So now the Bing is an army ma. So the what we call the bird falling into cave, the army is in front. So the heaven stem is the moving component, whereby the earth stem is the stationary component, right? So if you see the bird falling into cave is the big army in front of the leader. Right, so if the big army in front of the leader, then the leader sure win. Because the leader won't die. This is how normal army is basically being formed. So you please don't watch too much movie. Movie, a lot of time they show you is the leader is in front one, right? The fellow with the big knife, on the chariot charging, So you have seen before, right? Wow, yeah, In movie, it looked like that, then everybody follow behind. Right? So now what happens if you're the first one who's charging into the battlefield? Number one, to get shot by an arrow and die. Right? Can you see that the green dragon return is actually a very dangerous formation? So what happens is the leader charged out, then suddenly found out that, shit, this situation actually cannot handle. Come on, let's go back and get the army. That's green dragon return, by the way, right? So this is a scenario. If you want to take a look at movie, is the Lord of the Ring, right? So you guys seen Lord of the Ring before, right? I'm not that old only. Lord of the Ring, the enemy come and attack the castle of Mordor, if I'm not wrong. I also don't know which one is it, right? So it's that particular scene, where the Dwarven castle was being attacked. Everybody was trapped there, the army was like so big. Then after a certain amount of time, right, Gandalf came. Gandalf, came with the horse and then, take out his torchlight. Right, so they thought Gandalf was dead already, they fight the Balrog, right? I know it's like I'm explaining the show to you, whether you guys got watch or not, right? So okay, Gandalf fight Balrog, fall down. It was gray color at that, so you don't know. It was gray color. His all dressing was gray. Fall down, then the good guy team, was all being trapped by the bad guy team. Bad guy team was winning. Yeah, bad guy team was winning. Then suddenly at that particular scene, then you see Gandalf coming out with his all new white color shirt. Apparently, there must be a river down there that helped him wash. Yes, then he charged in front. One person charged in front. Then, he rise up his stick and then it turned into a torchlight. Funny, right? Alright, so that's not the important part. The important part is after that, the rest of the army came. Right, so the human king went and get the ghost army to come and help. Right, get the ghost army to come and help, and then the elf came with the tree army, the ant, come in and help. Right, so now this is the situation of Green Dragon Return. Right, so you are able to lure, just put it in a way, you're able to lure the enemy into a situation whereby you counter attack the fella. Right, so the bird falling in the cave is the outright attack of the other fella, whereby you're sure win already. You send your army out. So this one is basically you lure the other fella to come into your things, right? So if you're in a situation, whereby you need the other fella to come in so that you can whack the hell out of the fella, Green Dragon Return is a good law. So again, going for debt collection. Debt collection is that situation, want the fella to come out and then pounce on the fella. Right, you want to go and find somebody who is missing. A Green Dragon Return is good. Right, so search for people who is missing. So Green Dragon Return, right? So you start to have the visualization, because a lot of time you need to visualize basically what is happening here. So you have a situation whereby the leader is in front, the army is at the back. So the army is always there ready, while the leader go out and you want to scout the situation, or go and experience the situation. You can always go back and get them. So can you see that the Green Dragon Return right now is Qinglong Fan Shao is the leader looking back. Why is it looking back? To see whether the army is still behind us. Right? And then it look back. Hey, the army is still around. I still got my army. The army is still coming together with me at the back. So confident, safe. So which means that anything happen, I know that I got backup. Right? So now this is very good for if you want to attempt something that's a little bit more bold, a little bit more scary, right? So which means that you will always be able to come back again. It's like free resurrection card. You got a free resurrection card inside your pocket. So if under those type of scenario, then Green Dragon Return is good lah. Right, so of course, if you don't want the thing to return, then please don't. Like for example, a bit more big one. Please don't use Green Dragon Return for burial. Although it's an auspicious formation, you use for burial. Bloody hell, you want who to return? As in, you want the guy in the coffin to return, or you want one of the relative to be next to return. Right? Can see, right? Can you see? Do you want to use Green Dragon Return for marriage? So which one you want to return? Married again? Or you want to return back to the same photographer for your next marriage? Like, think about it lah. When you are doing this sort of Green Dragon Return, what the hell you want to return from? Right? What the hell you want to return? There are certain scenario whereby you do not want to return. Right? So there's certain scenario whereby you want to return. So you need to quite understanding what sort of looking back that you want to look back. Right? Understand? Right? So this is basically the formula, right? So now again, a bit of advertising for myself. Right? So getting in touch with me, really just go through Telegram. Very easy to get in touch with me. Or you like to read next one, right? Please go and read the Substack, so you can go and read it's like my old blog lah. It's my old blog. By the way, everything inside the old blog, all gone already. There's still people pin me. Where can I find your old blog? No more. Gone. All gone. Right? Can use to get money back from scammer if you know who's the scammer is lah. Right? The problem with scammer is that you usually doesn't know who's the scammer. But if you know who is the scammer, as in you have a relative that done it, you want to get the money back from relative, then yes. Right? You need to have a targeting mechanism. If you don't have a targeting mechanism, cannot. It's like, you know, trying to attack a city that doesn't exist. Cannot. Right? Scammer, if you know who's the scammer, then can. If you don't know who's the scammer, where is that? No, so you don't even know where is it. Cool, right? So no, again, you know, there's a community channel in Facebook. You know, come and join. You want to post anything, right? So I think Gigi posted something today, right? So they posted something today. You know, it was asking about, you know, how to use a certain formation. You guys can go and read, right? So and then, you know, there will be people who take a look at the situation, right? So, you know, yes, this is basically the what we call the example, just example, right? So, you know, now you can see that, you know, now you can see that this particular formation is using the Wu Earth, right? This specific formation itself is using the Wu Earth. So somebody said that, I thought it is supposed to be the Jia, but the Wu Earth is not Jia. So again, the Wu Earth is always read as a Jia, because Jia Zi is hiding in Wu Earth. Right? That's the only reason only, right? So a lot of the formula would interchange Jia with Wu Earth Jia. They will interchange each other. So you can see that this one is the formation. So of course, if you're using the software will return there green dragon return, or dragon return. Right? So it will be long fan. Right? So it's basically that. Right, so, you know, you have that green dragon return. So the other day, you know, we all did the bird flying into cave, right? So, how come there is bird flying? Because the Jia is in, the chief is with Geng, can see, you know, southwest chief is with Geng. So the Geng is where the chief is hiding. So, you know, for the bird flying into the cave is Bing on top, chief at the bottom. Right, so that's why if you key southeast, it forms the formation of Bing on top, chief at the bottom. So it's flying bird is in that particular formation. So now you got two auspicious formation in this particular hour, which is 9th of October, which is past already, was yesterday. Anyway, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't think you will wake up and use this formation. So either one of it, right? Either one of the formation. So of course, if you're more advanced, then you would combine the rest of the information inside, which is like, you know, for this green dragon return, it is with the delusion door and also with the tiger. Right, so what does delusion door and tiger mean? You know, it's really crouching tiger, hidden dragon, you know, type of situation. Sneaky comeback. Sneaky comeback, but it's a very forceful sneaky comeback. Right, so, you know, it's somebody who is, you know, hiding in the shadow, you know, for many years, trying to get vengeance done, you know. Yeah, I know, go and watch a lot of the Korean movie nowadays, right? So, you know, what we call his father did wrong with his father, then the son hiding identity, married the daughter, going to the father's family, and then destroy the family's fortune, as vengeance, and then found out that he really loved the girl, you know, then get destroyed again, you know, whatever. Right, so, you know, today 3 p.m. This formation appear in Northeast Palace, right? But the palace is in DE. Does it mean that we can't use the formation at this timing? DE usually mean it is again ineffective. It's not that cannot use. Not very effective, right? So DE is stage of it's the state of void, right? So it's that, right? So now this is just example only, right? So give you some more, you know, of this example. Right, so now this is how you identify where the chief is. The chief is, you know, with Ren, then it's with Ren. Only applicable for what we call hours. No, please don't go and look at the day. A day you need to go and figure out where the chief is hiding by the series of the day. Right, so no, again, so now you can see this one is together with harm door. It's different. Right, so this one is together with harm door is a bit more different, right? So no, the effect of this, right? So now this is the one on the 11 o'clock on the 10th today, 11 o'clock. So you want to use, you use this, right? So you got the harm door, right? So you got the harm door. Like this one, you know, the harm door is sales, right? Harm door is sales, right? So now this one is maybe a client that last time run away already, one ex-client, right? So now you want to reconnect with the client. Right, so you want to redo the sale, right? So what is called ping above? Yes, correct. No, you can go ping above is basically flying birds into the cave. But practically this flying bird, again with tiger and fear door, you know, this flying bird is basically I say it's very strong propaganda based. Propaganda based means that scare tactic. This flying bird is very, very scare tactic. So unless your things that you want to do is that you want to lean very heavily into scare tactic, as in aka maybe this is an interrogation. Right, the Liam Neeson type of situation. If you don't tell me, I'm gonna come and get you. Right, so it's those type of situation. Unless you got those type of situation, right? So then you can basically use this. But generally, you guys understand that on an advanced level, you need to add in the other information to know. Well, what happened this morning, 5 to 7 a.m. I'm not sure. It's happening this morning, 5 7. Well, I don't know. I don't see all the chart. But 11 o'clock, you guys want, you guys can use this. Right, so this is another one, right? So now, like this one is much better, live door. Right, so this green dragon return live door, right? So this one has to do with, again, continuation of your business. If let's say that you had a campaign that last time that you are doing, which is very successful, you are trying to relaunch the same campaign. Good green dragon return. Right, so this one is together with the hard star somehow. This is good, right? So this on the 14 October, 3 o'clock. Now you can mark down your 14 October, 3 o'clock. Wow, 3 formation present. Right, so you got all of this, right? So now you can see that the southeast side, you got Heaven Dune, Wind Dune, real deception. So again, later, one day we will go into looking at what does Heaven Dune do. What does Wind Dune do? What does the real deception basically do? Then only you decide, whether this particular palace is relevant for you. For Flying Bird, is a ping above. Yes, Flying Bird is ping above. So if you let's take a look at this one, is ping above, but the scene is not at the bottom, so there's no Flying Bird. Right, today 11 a.m. is what sector? Today 11 a.m. what sector? Let me check back. 11 a.m. 11. Today 11 a.m. is northeast, northeast sector. Right, northeast sector. Okay, right, so this one is it, right? So these are just like small example for you all to take a look at, right? So small example for you all to take a look at. So same thing, right? So same thing in terms of the consideration, right? So you can see that the chief actually got 6 of them. So the 6 of them have the same effect. No law. Right? Each of the pairing is different. The same thing with the bird falling into cave. The bird falling into cave got 6 different pairing. Right, so the one that is the most effective is Wu Earth, by the way, right? So again, Wu Earth is the head of the thing, right? So and the rest of them basically have their little tweaky version of the what we call Green Dragon Return, right? So come, let's go in and take a look at the example. Right, so last time, so I'm just gonna find a way to extend the white color from here to here. Slowly, I'll put a background. Slowly, I'll throw a background in. By the way, right, so this is Typing Astro. For those of you who have not seen it, Typing Astro. But for Flying Bird, it's ping above. So with Geng below also can. No! Right, so please, GG. No. Chief have to be at the bottom. Right? Jia Yin is not QiMen. Oh, yeah. Correct. Jia Yin is QiMen. Right, so later I'll go and change the slide. You are right, hey. Jia Yin is QiMen. Right, so now back to this one, right? So you take a look, right? So this is the 7 to 9 o'clock, right? So 7 to 9 o'clock, which is the current hour chart, right? So this is the latest current hour chart. So you can take a look at current hour chart. Doesn't look like they got a lot of formation. But if you take a look at this one, then you can see that the northwest seems to be good, right? Northwest, northwest seems to be good, right? So you got the earth there, got the open door, right? So got the heart, right? So by the way, this is called a full Fu Yin chart, total Fu Yin. Stamp Fu Yin very easy to identify. Top bottom the same. Okay, as long as top bottom is same, is basically same stamp Fu Yin. Then you got the star Fu Yin. Star Fu Yin means that all the star is back at the original position. Right, so then you got the door Fu Yin. The 4 Fu Yin is all the door is in the original position. So when everything is in Fu Yin, means nothing is moving. So in terms of a forecast, so when you are doing a forecast, that time you are trying to see whether my plan is going to move forward or not. So in this situation, your plan is not going to move forward. So that's why a Fu Yin in a forecast circumstance is bad. That's the only reason. But if you are not really doing forecasts, right? So if you're not doing forecasts, right? So it's GG. Just now I said that Geng below also can, is because the Geng is the chief. That's why Geng below can. If Geng is not the chief, then cannot. you need to go find the chief, GG. Okay? Right? So no, there's an entire video talking about finding the chief, but anyway, just now already show you where's the chief. Okay, right? So back to this one, right? So if you are doing forecast, then this is not good. But if you are just doing manifestation, which is aka called doing nothing, then this is okay, ma. Right? You can manifest using a Fu Yin chart one, no? Because why? Manifestation is equivalent of no execution. Okay, so that's why it's fine, right? So if you're looking at this, then you can do a bit of manifestation about hey, get me a great job, get me a great job, because open door is job related, or find me some great opportunity, right? So again, please be specific of what is great opportunity means to you, right? So if not, you can take a look at the south. South is again is very good for branding together with snake, some more, even more awesome. Yeah, I know. So now again, I will be saying, but snake isn't snake. It's very sneaky. Advertising is all sneaky one, ma. Where got advertising tell you the truth one? Right? Advertising only tell you the thing that they want you to listen to. And having a snake there is good, sneaky. Tell half, don't tell half. Point you to the wrong direction. That's what advertising is doing. All right. So if you're into advertising, great. And so it's a good formation for advertising related matter. Do that. Right, so now what I want to show you is it says become extremely easy. Right, so if you go and load, so you can go to the strategic execution screen. And so it is strategic execution screen, right? So then you can put in some dates. Right, so you need to tell the computer where to look. Right, so now let's put in some date. Let's go until December. So this one will look from the 1st of October until 31st December. So you can put in, as many months as you want to. Right, so you can see that all the formation is here. Every single formation is here. Every single formation is here. Right, so you want to look for whatever formation also can. So right now we're going to look for Dragon Return. Ta-da! Right, so then search. Difficult or not? Easy, isn't it? Right. Okay, so if the machine don't explode, loading. There, ta-da! No, we got all of it. So how many pages of Dragon Return do we have? 27 pages of Dragon Return. Right, so that's actually very common, isn't it? Dragon Return is very common. Right? So let's see. Let us take a look. 8 October, 9, today is 10. 10, all right, so 10 is starting here, right? So 10 October starting around here. Let's say 11 October. So 11 October, we got one which is on the 5 o'clock, 5 to 7. Right, so now we can actually go in and take a look at the chart. Amazing, isn't it? So then you can take a look at the chart, right? So take a look at it, all right? So Dragon Return is on the northeast. Yeah, got the DE or got DE, then not really that bad, alright. So this Dragon Return is open door, maybe you want to chase back some opportunity that was lost last time. Maybe there was a job that you applied for, so right, you want to call up and get an update on what is basically happening. Then this is good law, right? This is good, right? So with the heart, you can talk to the management level people. Or there are certain project that you try to pursue that last time they say that it's not priority, we are not ready, whatever it is, right? Then you can use that. Dragon Return manifest should if you are manifesting, then it is basically backing. If you are doing manifestation, right, it's basically doing backing. But the actual application is you are supposed to travel to the person who you're gonna make the discussion with. So aka say you're gonna talk to your boss about the thing, right? So you travel from the northeast to the office to see your boss, right? You are the southwest, you travel towards northeast to see your boss. So if you're seeing a client, then you are at the southwest traveling towards northeast to see your client, to have the discussion, to activate this formation. That is the correct way of doing things. It need to be action based. So by now you used to understand, right? If you say manifestation, to me is no meaning. Why to activate or manifest during a Fu Yin nothing change? I can still get a result. Manifestation in Yin is okay because manifestation is already an activity that basically does nothing, so it's fine. Right? But if really you are doing a forecast mean that I'm asking whether this will move forward or not. Yin mean it is not moving forward. Yin is also good for health forecast, which means it is not worsening. So if somebody is already in the sorry to say, if somebody is already in the bed and then you are asking whether this fella is gonna go or not, the answer is not gonna go yet. I don't know whether it helped or not. So up until right now also some people say very cruel, so a lot of time I say that why do you want to leave the fella alive? Have you ever thought of it? A lot of people say that, oh no, don't want the fella to die, and then I ask him why you don't want the fella to die. Cannot give me an answer one. Because when the fella is alive, that time I don't see you visiting the fella. Right? The fella alive, that time I don't see you visiting the fella. I don't see you go out dinner with the fella. I don't see you, everything. But before die, that time, you're a lot of hoo-ha. I actually don't know why. Right? So if the person really important, care for the person. Alive, that time, do all the thing. Please, not until dead, that time only go and... Again, that's me only. Please, don't associate me with yourself. I'm a very different thinking person. Okay, so let's go back and take a look. Right? So let's go back and play around with different thing, right? Now see, you can actually put this on different palettes. Let's say North Palace is my personal deity palace, right? So now this is for, let's say that you're going to do manifestation. If you do manifestation, it is actually better for you to manifest when the formation is in your own destiny palace. Right, so this one is selecting. So I'm selecting North, right? So specifically, I'm telling the system right now is that I want you to filter out all the green dragon return, which is only in the North sector. Okay, so green dragon return North sector. Loading. By the way, the more criteria you throw in, the lesser you're gonna find. So please don't go and I want this, and this, and this, and this means there's gonna be nothing. Lesser criteria, more choices. Right? Lesser criteria, more choices. Right? So you can see that the fella is struggling to do the filtering. Hopefully it doesn't explode. At time it will explode. Explode means that you give it a message that we are trying very hard to get this done. Even ChatGPT will go explode one. Right? So not to have green dragon written in your destiny palace. Not necessary, right? Not necessary. Again, green dragon written basically is things coming back to you. You really want things coming back to you, right? Always things coming back to you because you're thinking of always the good thing. Bad thing also come back to you that way, right? So it's like you always get connected with bad stuff maybe. Oh, got even more. I got 1,900 result, right? So now these are all green dragon written on the North. Can you see all in the North, right? So let's take a look at 1st October gone already, right? So we all go. Let's try. See when 10, 11, 3rd, 4th October. Ooh, almost every now and then also. Hey, some of it is not correct, but anyway, right? Hey, no. So now this is where things get a bit right? So time to talk to the what we call programmer already. Later I'll talk to the programmer, right? So because this is not really working out as it should. Tell you first, this is not working out as it should. The filtering mechanism is not working correctly. Because some of it are not green dragon written. Might ask him give discount. Right, so now this is the scary part of doing live demo. Right, if the software doesn't work correctly, yeah. This is software not working correctly. But anyway, dragon return 50% off. Yeah, you wait for dragon return, then go and get 50% off. Right? So you can even add 7-star. Some of you, very a bit what you call crazy a bit. Dragon return. Oh no, it go dragon return all on the day leh. But anyway lah. Right. So you can see that the dragon return is all on the day chart instead of the hour chart. So maybe this one, you know, I need to tell him, you know, hour chart, day chart. No, it's already on the hour chart. Right. So you know, it's targeting the day chart. But anyway lah. Right. So let's just go and take a look. Yes, this one dragon return is on the day. It's marking the day chart instead of the hour chart. Then this one easy to fix. Right, so like this one, you know, if I take a look at it, I straight away know that their coding is targeting on the day chart instead of the hour chart. Right, so this one very easy to fix. Just tell the programmer, you know, change the targeting mechanism, then we are okay already. Right, so like this sort of stuff, you know, I know how to fix. So you know, so that's why, you know, I'm helping with doing this. But anyway, you know, you guys start to understand, right, a lot of things. You can even go like, you know, adding, you know, some of you like 7-star. You add 7-star or then you know, ask the fella to go. So these are going to be dragon return by theory. It's going to be dragon return 7-star, 7-star dragon return. So again, you know, don't know whether this will be there, right? So yeah, right. So hey, yes, melody light path. Please teach us use day chart. Why you want to use day chart? By the way, 99% of whatever QiMen is hour chart. Day chart very rare we will use. Right, day chart is super rare that you will basically use day chart. So 127, Dragon Dun, super, right? This one doesn't even have one. Let me see. No, doesn't really work. No. 7-star, where is the 7-star? It's basically just showing you all the 7-star on the north without the dragon return. So like, no, this one, you know, again, not too difficult to fix. So you know logically what went wrong with the what we call the logic engine that does the filtering, right? So I look at it, I know what went wrong already. So just change the programming, right? Right, what the 7-star dragon return indicate? Kahing at this current moment, nothing yet. Right, nothing yet. You know, 7-star is basically the, you want to say that the level of the box circumstance. So different level represent different things. By the way, you know, 7-star also, please don't think that, you know, or choose 7-star means the best. Certain circumstance you want the, you know, the lower level, especially if you are doing evil stuff, you want the lower level. The higher level cannot do evil stuff. I usually say, you know, above water, below water. If you are doing noble stuff, you want people to see one, the higher star is better. If you are doing not very noble stuff, you don't want people to see one, the lower is better. Right, so again, it is just a slider. It's basically just a slider, right? Right, so I managed to get dragon hour in the hour chart, right? So can, right? So that's why, you know, when we are doing the filtering that time, sometime this one, you know, so these are stuff that I'm helping them to improve as I use it. As I use it, you know, I tell you, this one is not working. You need to tweak it in such a manner, right? So this one I show them, and then the programmer will go and retweak this. Understand? Because why the programmer actually doesn't know how to use QiMen. It's always like that, right? So it's always like that, right? So it's always like that. The people who actually does the execution, sometimes they don't know about this thing. They just follow instruction, right? So follow instruction. So it's people like us who actually use this will tell them that, okay, change the interface a bit. So it's also the reason why I never go into software development. Very taxing, and to host this particular software, very difficult. Okay, right, so 7-star, you have to count from the day constellation 0, then use the 20 constellation to count. In a way lah, right? So in a way hack, right? So, you know, again, you know, this is not to discuss, you know, how does the formula, the thing to get. If you want to do that, you know, go and apply for a class that teach you how to plot QiMen thing, right? So not to me, not very useful to learn how to plot the QiMen thingy, because there's just too many software out there. A lot of people has already done the plotting, so don't care, right? So can ask developer to add filter for lead door and lead star. Can be done, right? So that one can be done, because all this is already inside already. It's already inside. But basically, you guys understand, right? So with the advancement of software and filtering, it's actually much more easier to apply QiMen. Right? QiMen application is actually very easy nowadays. You just need the correct software. Right, so you need the correct software to basically do all this, you know, filtering. If not, you know, you go and buy a QiMen book. Again, I always tell people there's only 1080 chart inside. You flip law, right? You flip law. Okay, nothing wrong one. You buy one book, maybe 300 bucks only. Right, nicely, quite nice. You know, you flip law, flip until it fall apart. Now, if not, if you're a lazy bugger like me, just do an Excel spreadsheet. Again, 1080 line. Key in, then, you know, just arrange all the necessary thing. Then, you know, you get your own QiMen Excel database. Right? Dirty and easy. Right? Then what you do? You know that there's a filter on Excel one, right? You can go to filter, you know, okay, this row I want to filter for all the this row I filter for all that row I filter for all this. Right. Please do star 2, you know. what is star 2, right? So now just to show you how to apply this. So now once you understand that, you know, okay, these are some of the circumstances where dragon return is useful, right? So I can use dragon. So go and find dragon return, right? So then specifically, let's say that you know that, okay, so I'm gonna go to this particular building and the building is in southwest of my current location. So I'm gonna travel from here northeast to southwest. So I specifically tells I need dragon return in the southwest. Okay, so you find dragon return in the southwest. That's it. You know, then you will filter all the dragon return in the southwest, different timing. Then you check out which of the timing is convenient for you to dragon return the particular bugger on the southwest. That's it. That's the application. Very easy. I created 10K calendar on Excel during COVID lockdown. Yes, correct. Now I also have so I also have the AKA called Tongfu. I've created until 2030, by the way. Crazy. Crazy, you know, create until 2030. But again, go buy a Tongfu outside. Painful, no use kind of activity. I tell you, just go and buy a Tongfu from outside, you know. So if you can read Chinese Tongfu is very cheap. The Tongseng, the red color, you know, the red color thingy they hang in front of the door, and if your children don't listen, you take that and smack them. That Tongseng, that is very cheap, right? So you know, if you go and buy the English version, usually it costs you 200-300 bucks again. Okay lah, $1 a day only ma, right? So go and do that, right? So if you're somebody who's gonna use the Tongfu for economic purpose, then it's worth the money. If you're just gonna buy back and just read for fun purpose, then maybe a bit expensive, right? Correct as well, right? So you know, yes, you know, when we talk about the Jade Maiden guarding the door, then we will talk about Lista, right? So at that, you know, I teach you how to identify Lista. And it's actually not very difficult to identify. Okay, right? So no, yeah. Okay, guys, this is for Green Dragon Return, right? So it's time for you all to Green Dragon Return to your office. Okay, guys, see you all. Bye.